Hello, I am Lady Renae Thomas-James and welcome back to my channel. And as you can see, I have a special guest here. This is my friend Maria and I am super excited to have her with us today. Maria, do you want to take some time to introduce yourself?
Wonderful. Thanks for having me, Lady
Thank you for coming, darling.
I am Maria Michelle Lee, and I own a savvy company called Fantabulouslyme by Maria Michelle Lee. Here is where I specialize in inspirational and motivational speaking, along with coaching and hosting such events like Elevated Yourself, as well as my Mirror Works class. And it is something to experience. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, it was awesome. I had an opportunity just to be a part of her mirror workshop, and let me tell you, tore me apart. And if you know anything about me, I like truth, honesty, and transparency. Okay, so Maria, this is actually her. I'm dedicating this session to her. It's her topic, it's her points, and we're just gonna get our fulfillment of Maria today. Maria, do you want to share with us the topic that what you'd like to talk about today?
Yeah, I want to focus on the love yourself. To love yourself and how important it is. We spend so much time taking in negativity. And I'll tell you how so. Because what we watch, what we listen to, what we speak. Do you know we spend more time speaking and acting, responding to negative acts than we do positive acts?
Maria, that you touched my core with that. And I think what happens is it's just so easy. It's easy to have that that when you practice it or when you give into it and then it becomes a part of your lifestyle, it's just so easy to react. And I see it so often, and then I have to check myself. I'm like, okay, are you doing this? Because you can get caught up into it, right?
Well, a little bit about the story and how I came to be about this. I am a descendant of Jamaica. My mom, by herself, raised 4 kids on her own. You know, those who have come from another country know that not all can come with you at the same time, and you're very fortunate if you can get all your family members to come with you to another country at the same time. But really, she was pregnant with me. She left my 2 older siblings behind for many years, probably until I was 12.
Wow.
They came. And so my mom worked many jobs. She cleaned, she cooked, she took care of people. And
those Jamaicans, they are hard workers.
Right?
Yes.
And so in that, you know, when it was time for me to go to school, I didn't have the luxurious of you know, how some people can have nannies or get on it right away by teaching your kids how to read and whatever. My mom only operated by what she knew and what she was able to do. So went to school. Teachers thought I wasn't progressing as well as the other students. We'll touch on that in a little bit. And then, so they classified me as a lower, slower learning student. So their tests back then, whereas now it would be like mathematical disorder or dyslexia, or she's very smart, but we just have to teach her a different way of how to learn to do things. So here I am taking in all of this. Again, my mom is an immigrant, and she's taking the teacher's words as gospel, not as what we would do right now is, let me research that and get back to you. I'd love to work with you, because most teachers are great educators, and they care over and above. Some teachers, I don't know. Anyways, so I was very fortunate to have 2 teachers in my elementary that went to bat for me, and that was Mrs. Michelle Feldman at the time and Mrs. Chris Bradford.
Yes.
I will never forget those teachers because they went over and above for me, with counseling sessions, with making it very clear and understandable for my mom to understand the way we learn education in Canada.
Yes.
Either way, but still.
Yes.
It was already impressed upon me that I was stupid, I was slow, I'm in the special ed class, and then on top of that, my mom had to work, 4 or 5 different jobs. So, I always looked at the other families like they have it all together and we don't. And also, I just felt like I didn't feel like a pretty little black girl growing up. I felt like there's that black girl.
Oh.
And then, the questions were, why is she so black? Why are you so dark? Why does your hair look like that? Why does your nose look like that? Why do you speak like that? And these are little, big comments in elementary, and then they became smaller, so they weren't as loud, because children know no boundaries. But junior high and high school, they come a kind of in an innuendo kind of way.
Yes, they come indirectly.
Indirectly, exactly. Until the 90s, when it was cool to be black. Oh, yes, I wish I had your color. I wish I could tan like you. Wish I had your lips. I wish I had your curves. I wish I had your curves, right? And then it was like, hold on, wait a minute, I'm so confused, right? Here I am killing myself to try to look like you, be like my white friends, talk like my white friends.
And you should mention that, yes, this is in Canada, correct?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And, the friends that I had, they were all lovely. I mean, there were friends that, well, they're not your friends. They came.
Acquaintances.
Well, they're just the lesson. I don't even think I would give them the title acquaintance. Listen, I have friends, right? Black, white, Asians, Hispanic, all across the world.
Yes.
And then you just, as a person, you have some of those people that come like a thief in the night, but really, it's a lesson. They may come as the code as a friend, but they ain't your friend.
Lessons.
That's another topic. So, anyways, I'm feeling all of these things about myself. I mean, like, when I was in elementary school, did you know that I used to wear clothespins on my nose at night to try to make my nose smaller?
You know, Maria, I know. I don't know that about you, but it's strange because I'm listening to you. I grew up in Jamaica. She grew up in Canada, and I grew up in Jamaica. And guess what? Our stories are similar.
Wow.
It's sad. It's sad. And in Jamaica, it's light skin versus dark skin. And I know you hear that.
Yeah.
It is real. I can't tell you how often I've heard you're pretty for a dark skin girl.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
You can't. I can't tell you. I got teased about my lips, but I was fortunate enough to have my father. Oh my God, my father used to compliment my lips a lot, and of course my mother backed it up. But I think I owe that to my daddy. He complimented my lips. He complimented my hair, my face, my skin. My mother just instilled what we are calling now daily quotation. Her words of affirmations were just daily. She was like, when my father would be telling me that, no, you're beautiful, she would be telling me that, look, it's not what is outside, it's what is inside. So I had one focusing, I wouldn't say focusing, but working on the outside to say, no, you're beautiful regardless. And I had the other one saying that, no, you are a beautiful person. So when we got to the 90s, and Angelina Jolie came on the scene, guess who had gorgeous lips?
You right?
Thank you, right?
You always have gorgeous lips.
I'm like, where have you guys been?
Right?
My daddy done told me, thank you.
And then there's the person with double K's for initials, with her, with how come her body shape is accepted and ours was not.
And that's an ongoing conversation,
right?
Worldwide.
And there's another, beautiful woman, named Amber Rose. How come her body shape is accepted and mine is not? I know those two celebrities, you know, Beyonce's and all that, they were there too. They were up and coming when we were up and coming, right?
Yeah.
But how come you can accept their shape, their curves altered or not altered?
Yes.
How come society can accept their shape, but society spent a very long time looking at us like we were monstrous?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, you're very curvy for a 12-year-old.
Ooh,
right?
Yes.
So not only am I stupid, not only am I too dark, my nose is too broad, my voice is too high, but you're very curvy.
Yes.
For a 12-year-old.
It just keeps coming, hey?
Yes.
It just keeps coming.
And, you know, and then it's like, so you take in all of those things. Your friends around you are dating, you're not dating because comments such as, never dated a black girl. Well, I'm not a species. It's not like you don't know what to do with me. I'm a person, right? And then, let's not get started, but then, you know, black guys were into white girls at the time.
And guess what?
And listen, and no hate. I'm just saying, as a person, I'm taking that all in.
Yes.
Right? And so I would sit in the mirror and I'd cry because I'm ugly. I would cry because I'm not accepted by society. But then something happened inside me. There is something about a praying mother.
Oh.
There is something about praying aunties.
Ooh.
There's something about having, you know, big sister role models to step in, right? Who has lived before you, even if it's 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? There's something about that.
Yes.
And when I was able to look in the mirror and stop telling myself the lie that I am not enough, I was created wonderfully by God.
Yes.
Hand created.
Yes.
Sculpted. The tone of my voice, the shape of my eyes, the shape of my nose, the shape of my lips, the shape of my breast, my butt, my thighs, the tone of my skin.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I tried to do the weaves, do the relaxers, do all of these things that were not edifying me. I was doing all of these things that would edify society so I could fit in.
Yeah.
And then there's something that just started rumbling in me that is like, this is not you, Maria. This is not you. This is not what I called you for. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're going to find your own way. You're going to find the path that I actually put you on. You're going to express. You're going to lead. You're going to love. You're going to discuss. You're going to tear down the lies. And so that's how the Mirror Work project came together, right? Now I look at beautiful people, because we're talking Canada, beautiful people like Julie Black.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like, let me see that.
Yes.
Right? Look at what she's doing if you go and you Google her.
Yes.
Right? Like, you did see the post on Canada Reads,
yes.
right? You know, speak her voice, stand tall in her truth, braids, no braids, tattoo, no tattoo, whatever. Her voice and how she just turned herself around, and like, I am not going to be a product here for your entertainment.
No.
I have things to do.
Exactly.
Me in my dark black skin, representing a representation of Jamaica, a representation of Canada.
Yes.
You know, accept me if you want to, but at the end of the day, it not really matter.
It matters not.
It matters not.
It matters not.
So, those are the things where I started to draw my power. I am allowed to love myself.
I love how you said the big sisters, the aunties, the role models.
Yes.
I love how you said that.
I am allowed to love myself.
Yes.
If I don't have love for me, then what purpose am I going to be for anybody else?
No one is going to appreciate you.
And I think it really hit home hard when I have 2 boys and a girl. And I think it really hit home. I know it really hit home hard when I knew that I was having a girl.
Wow.
I knew what to do with our boys. I knew what to do with our boys. But when it came to my daughter, this was how I could make things right. This is how I cannot allow my daughter to go through what I've been through. Right? I wouldn't be able to stop it because the world is the world. But even if she got rocked, she'd be able to get on solid ground. You know what I mean?
Would you say you had to teach her how to, I don't want to say combative, but how to stand firm in her individuality, in who she is, loving herself?
Yes. At times it was a struggle. I'd be like, come on.
You know what?
Come on.
That's what you're there for,
That's exactly right. Because I don't want her to have the memories.
Right.
Yes, she did experience the natural hair questions. When she was wearing dreads, some of them asked why does she have to do her hair that way? Why can't she relax it? Those things. But still, she rose above and she's like, dreadlocks or no dreadlocks, afro or no afro, I am who I am. And that came because I knew the minute I was going to have my daughter, I went out and I bought dolls that looked like her. I went out and bought books that represented her. I went out and bought, and I have a brother-in-law who asked me, why didn't you buy her white dolls? And I said, does she look like a white girl or is she a black girl? White girls are always being marketed as beautiful people. So she's going to have Indian represented dolls, Asian represented dolls, all of the dolls from the world, multicultural dolls.
Yes.
So that she can see a reflection of herself.
Wow.
So that she can see that she is just as pretty as white girls are pretty. She is just as marketable as white girls are marketable. Because we spent a lot of time in our shame.
Yes.
I don't have any more time to be shame. I don't have. So that whole self-love, that whole acceptance of who you are, that whole acceptance of, I'm going to stand tall in my truth. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. Right? I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Right? I am those things.
You are.
Because I deserve to be those things. And I'm not going to let this society tell me that I am anything less. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I'm nothing less. I'm nothing less. When you want to take a vacation, you want to go to the Caribbean islands, you accept all that beauty, right? So accept that is my beauty.
It is. Maria, I have a question for you. You say that it really hit home when you had your daughter. For moms out there who may be struggling with that identity issue where, they may be the only black family for miles, or just struggling with being dark skinned and the shape of their face, the nose, the bum, the body, the hair, what would you tell? Because the truth is, I do believe it starts from home because of the person I am today. And I'm not going to lie to you, even when stuff came at me, I think I did well at combating it because of home. So I want to touch a little bit on the family dynamic. What would you say to that mom or that dad who is struggling with that teen or that preteen who is also struggling with identity issues?
I would say to that mom, you better buckle in and buckle up. Don't let your son or daughter take any kind of side comments or anything. You don't have to, per se, clap back. Sometimes silence is golden, but sometimes it's let me tell you something. You mess for me, Pitney, right?
Yes.
So sometimes it's a little bit of that because, but it's get in and buckle up and get ready. encourage your children, edify your children. Don't break them down.
Ooh.
Don't break them down. Tell them how beautiful they are so much until they believe it, right?
Yes.
I love my family because we are a mix of cultures. Okay,
That's nice.
So my sister is married to somebody that is a mix of two races, right? Kenyan and German.
Wow.
And then my beautiful niece is, got the fruits of that labor of the two cultures coming together.
Yes.
Jamaican, German, Kenyan, beautiful.
Yes.
And she is a beautiful, because I love food. So she's a beautiful vanilla bean is what I would say. And then my husband's sister married white, so she has, our nephew is, a beautiful mix of both colors.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then they had a little girl, and she's fair vanilla bean with kind of strawberry blonde hair and blue eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, no matter what the mixture is, some people are only going to see the black part
Yes.
first. And so when you're
and
so when you see all that beautiful God-given mixture
Yes.
with so much beautiful color and vibrancy and made from love, you still gotta knuckle in and tell those kids they're beautiful.
Yes.
Because society will tell them they're not beautiful. Or society will tell them, you're beautiful because you're not all the way black.
Right.
So then you have a Meghan Markle issue. Like, do I deny my dad or do I deny my mom? Well, I'm not going to deny either. You know what I mean?
I have a cousin, I don't want to call her name because she's still pretty young. She's probably I said 16, so she's probably 16 or 17. And her dad is my uncle, black, and her mom is white. She is a gorgeous mix. And she says to me, I heard that
if you decide to blend, they're all beautiful.
They're all beautiful. She's beautiful.
Regardless
of race, color, creed. She's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And she says to me, she doesn't know where she fits. She goes to school.
I've heard that.
And I'm looking at you and I'm like, darling, you are gorgeous. You fit in gorgeous.
But where she's coming from, it's not
in black or white.
Whatever.
And I said to her, you had the opportunity to get the best of both worlds, because she is I think she's 50-50, right? So I said to her, you got the opportunity to get the best of both worlds, and you have to figure out somewhere. You know what? I am already both. I'm gonna love both. I'm gonna accept both. Ain't no shame in that. So for me to say, for a person to struggle with, okay, am I black or am I white? That's also hard.
It's you are black and you are white. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. You don't have to choose. You don't have to say which race is better than the other.
And I agree.
You don't have to choose.
And I think also where she was coming from is that, and this bugs me 100%, and I see it so often where blacks reject them and the whites. So where do they fit? I see it.
Yes.
I see. So the blacks are saying, so you're white now? You're both. And whites are saying, no, you're not white. So I see 14 how they could be confused and wondering where they fit.
I think it's, again, that self-affirmation.
Yes.
Knowing that who they're created by and whose they are, not who they are. And standing firm in that.
Yes.
Because you don't have to be one or the other. You just have to stand tall in your truth. That's it. That's it. Speak love, act out of love, be love. That's
it you said? I am Renae. I am Michelle.
Yes. Okay. So Maya Angelou says, answer to who you are and not what you're called. So
say that again.
Answer to who you are and not what you're called.
Exactly.
So if they call you the N-word, you just as much as it would rile us up, right? you're stronger if you're like, me not hear them, you know. Because if they really want me to hear them, you know what I mean? Me not hear them. You answer to queen, you answer to princess, you answer to prince, you answer to king, you answer to gorgeous, you answer to chocolate, you answer to, you know, vanilla bean, you answer to, you know, rock, you answer to stronghold, you answer to abundance, you answer to truth, you answer to love, you answer to all of those things.
Yes.
If any of them is a negative content, you not answer, you
Bye.
know, bye. Me not hear you.
Bye.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you my power.
And
I'm not.
It's so strange you should say that, because I found myself, and this is what I'm trying to instill in my kids, and I think I had the opportunity to pass it on about to people around me. When it's negative, it automatically does not reach. And somebody, I think in high school, I remember kids in high school, Renae, somebody was talking to me, I'm like, I'm sorry, were they talking to me? I really genuinely, it just didn't get here because it was negative.
Yeah.
And I think you'd have to definitely pound it in order for it to get to me. And I think, again, I wanna just sit on the family dynamic for just a second, because for me, and I can hear, you know, for most people, that's where these children grow. That's where individuality is flourished. That's where these children figure out who they are because of daily affirmations from their parents and surrounding family.
All that way all
not
the time.
Not all the time.
Because I will tell you this. My husband did not come from affirmation.
Wow.
Okay? So his build up had to come from outside.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
Yes.
So
not all families
so not all families speak life. You know, with my mom working so many jobs, trying to raise 4 kids, keep doors open, things like that, lights on, food on the table. Where was she going to get that time to speak life? Wow. This life that I have to speak life right now, I truly do believe it's God-given.
Wow.
This life that I have right now, I had to go through the experience in order to get to see the overflow. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So with my husband, you know, we talk about the mixes of races and where do you belong. He didn't even know if he was wanted. You understand? Sometimes he thought he was a pawn. Sometimes he thought, okay, sometimes he was, you know, a counselor to his mom. Sometimes he was caught in between you know, his mom and his dad. So where was the overflow going to come? By connecting with people on the outside.
Yes.
That can show him what you're doing is wrong.
Yes.
And I'm going to show you what you're to do is right.
Yes.
Sometimes it had to come, a lot of the times, you know, I'm not going to lie, it had to come from me. I'm like, you know what? Stop. You're nonsense.
Maria, and this is what I want women to understand, or spouses to understand, that sometimes it does come from us. It has to come from us. Like, nothing worse than when, you know, society breaks them down and then they come home and guess what? We break them down too.
Yes.
So I love what you
at the beginning, because I am not perfect, these are the things that I had to learn, right? Because, you know, we have to watch what comes out of our mouth.
Yes.
Watch what we're pay attention to what we're listening to.
Yes.
Pay attention to what you're watching. Even if it's on television, okay? Read what you're reading, the people you hang out with. Do they gossip? Do they tear down? I had to go through all of those experiences to say, this doesn't work. When I'm having a conversation with you, I'm having a conversation with you. It's not for me to say, pick up my phone and say, guess what? Lord have mercy, you don't know what Renae did. That's not my job. That's not my responsibility. And we all have done it, right?
Yes.
So if you don't have respect for yourself, how can I have respect for you? How can I have respect for my husband if I'm always shooting off at the mouth? And I mean, I used to be that girl. You push me far enough, now you'll have to fight a little harder. But if at the time you can push me far enough.
Regarding how we just handle our husbands, and we have to be the ones to really and truly speak life into them, speak life into the marriage. My husband said to me, Renae, your words hurt. And I said this in a previous video where I had to then take a step back to see, you know what, I probably should have a filter. And like you said, you know, it's if you push me, you didn't even have to push me hard enough, you know, because I had that combative spirit where, again, it could be that I've just always had to combat different issues in my life where I met him and it was just nothing to just whoosh and just cut him. And when he said that to me, I'm like, I don't wanna hurt this man. So I had to then take a step back to say, you know what, I should be speaking life, and I'm still working on that, speaking life into my marriage and not the negative, right?
Yeah, and I think honestly, Renae, it starts with us. Actually, I don't think, I know
it does.
It starts with us. And when you have respect and love for yourself, you will appreciate those around you. It just overflows. You feel like you don't have to war anymore. Like you don't have to be at war. You don't have to fight anymore. You just, it is what it is. The things that used to light you up, it's like, I'm not giving it to you.
Not today.
Not giving it to you because I'm just not. I'm having a really great day, and I love where I am in my life, and I am not feeding into this energy anymore.
It's negative.
It's negative, and we can, I mean, there are, and I'm not saying everything should be cotton candy and candy apples, air pie and nut and chops, you know. I'm not saying that, because sometimes there are situations in life, right? Somebody passing away, you lose your job, you're losing your home, things like that. They happen, you know, and you have to go through it. You can't go over it, as I say. What do I say? You can't go over it, you can't go under it. You're just gonna have to buckle in, wrap up, and go through it. You have to go through it, but it is what you're telling yourself during that time determines the next path that you will head onto. I often say this: how you enter and exit a room determines the next journey you will embark upon. How you enter and exit a room. So if you want to enter the room as a badass, well, guess what will be waiting for you as you exit? And so on and so forth. If you want to enter the room as a badass and decide, this ain't working for me, I'm going to change my mindset.
Yes.
I'm going to turn things around. When the next door opens for you, there might be joy waiting for you on the other side. Right? If you want to enter the room as a positive person and be open and be prepared to be the student for a little while until your turn comes to be the teacher. You know what I mean? How you enter and exit a room determines the next path of your journey.
People would say, in light of that, people would say, because then I've gotten this, you know, more than once, where people say, you're lying to yourself when you tell yourself that you're going through hard times, but it's okay, or you're going through hard times, but you know, you affirm yourself that, you know what, this is not gonna break me, this is, you know, you stay positive. People would say that, and I have heard it, I kid you not, you're lying to yourself because you're making what is happening to be something that it is not. You're not realistic, you're not being real right now. And let me tell you, I had to go through something very deep to understand the children of Israel passing through the Red Sea. I had to go through, like, I can murmur, I can complain, or I can look at where I'm coming from as to where God is taking me. Because if I continue to look at the Red Sea as the Red Sea and not, oh my God, this is actually, I'm actually going through it. Right? No, but oh my God, we have to go through this. This is hard. This is, as to you know what, God is taking me somewhere. Where is this leading? You will always be in a negative place. You will always be in a place of complaining. You will always be murmuring, and that never gets anybody anywhere. 40 years in the wilderness, that's it.
You know, Lisa Nichols says this. Her grandmother told her, your conviction and your convenience can't live on the same block. Right? We have to stop being, we want to do all these amazing things. We want to be all things to all people. But we want it done out of convenience.
Yeah.
We want it done out of comfort. We want it done. So just bringing it back about that self-love. Because sometimes you have to have a bit of tough love in your self-love.
Yes.
Right? And you have to position yourself. You have to position yourself to tell yourself the truth. The other thing I'm learning too, Renae, is this. There's nothing wrong with being realistic in your situation. But there's everything wrong with accepting and believing that that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So for example, let's use loss of job. Okay? The reality is I've lost my job.
Yes.
What the lie is, I lost my job because I'm stupid. I didn't work hard enough. Well, ask yourself the question, did you work hard enough? Did you show initiative? Did you whatever? And if you did all of those things, why are you telling yourselves that you didn't?
Right.
Maybe you lost your job because that's what the economy needs to, that's what's happening, right? But it doesn't mean you have to stay there.
No.
Just tell yourself, I lost this one, but another one is waiting for me. My cousin would always tell me, you know, Maria, when you step in the room, whether you realize it or not, you command an audience. I was like, what? That's so much for me to take in. Like,
yes.
What are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? And she says, whether you go into the room weak and timid, right? Someone will come up to you. I've had the experience where someone would come up to you and like, oh, I feel so drawn to you and you look like you'd be someone nice to talk to.
Yeah.
Okay. Or if I come in really loud and, you know, feeling myself, then people will say, I love this. She's like funny, the right type of funny we need in the room. She's great. She's powerful and whatever. But then I've also had the reverse, where people would look at me because I'm quiet and I'm off to the side and I'm playing small, that a person with a big personality doesn't know me, but they're assuming that I'm weak.
Yeah, it happens.
And then when they see when I really come out, they'll be like, oh, I can't mess with this woman.
No.
Oh, she's gonna overpower me. Or I'm now feeling like I'm that person might all of a sudden be insecure, and then they feel like they have to one-up me with their credentials or what have you. And then, or if I'm too loud, they're like, you're so boisterous, you're so loud, you're so loud. You're too much for me. Okay. Before, that used to be like, how am I going to enter in the room today? Because I don't want people to be intimidated by me, and then I don't want to feel like I'm making others small, and I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do that. After a while, I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. If you feel small by me, that's not my problem. If you feel that you can overpower me and then realize that you can't, that's not my problem. If I am too loud for you, go across to the other side of the room, because that's not my problem. If you feel that I'm taking away your thunder, then go find another group to
find your thunder.
Go find your thunder, because that's not my problem. I am here to be me. I am Maria Michelle Lee, fantabulously me, and that's what I'm going with. That's who I am. And I'm not wasting any more time second guessing who I am. If I enter a room and I command a room, whether I'm conscious or unconscious enough, obviously it's there because that's who I am.
There you go. There you go. And Maria, is there anything else, anything that you'd like to leave with our viewers today? Just anything, any word of encouragement, any advice, any last words for our viewers?
Yes. If I to leave with you today, be authentic, live freely, stay fantabulous no matter what. Love yourself, speak life to yourself, be of encouragement to others, be your own best friend so you can be a blessing to someone else. That's what I would leave.
And I would not add or take away anything from that. I'm sorry. I am not going to add or take away anything from that. And with that being said, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate this.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I love talking with you. That
Thank
is no
you.
secret.
It's always
And
girlfriend talk.
Always girlfriend talk. And it's always a good time.
Yeah.
Right? And with that being said, she is a life coach. Do you want to tell people where they can find you?
Yes. So our website is Maria Michelle Lee, or Fantabulously Me by Maria Michelle Lee. You can find me on Facebook of the same name, Fantabulously Me by Maria Michelle Lee. I am also on Instagram as Fantabulously Me Coach.
And all of this will be linked in the description below. Thank you for joining us and have a beautiful day. And if you haven't already, rate, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Thank you. I will have her credentials below, so look out for that.
Yes.
Thank you and have a beautiful day.
Love ya.
Bye.